Musolve kungodo, dolbe na godo. Musolve farodo, dolbe lo yinura. Musolve timbayada, and dolbe ndawali bondo.
Dr. Aissatou Touré was born on March 17, 1955 at the Royal Victoria Hospital and was raised at 44 Grand Street in Banjul, The Gambia. Her father, Sunkaru Jara, was born in the provincial village of Kaur Janekunda. He later settled in Banjul, where he met and married Yahadi Conte, Aissatou Touré's mother, a native of Bundunkakunda. She is the 8th child in a family of 10 siblings. Dr. Aissatou attended Albion and Wesley Primary Schools and Crab Island Secondary Technical School in Banjul at a time when girls' education was a privilege in the Gambia.
Well, I was lucky to have parents who were very committed to ensuring that they have children who are much better than them, because my parents were not educated. They've never been to school. But I used to hear my father vowing, saying, even if they are all girls, I'll give them the opportunity that I never had, so that they will live to serve themselves, to serve the people, and also develop the society.
During her secondary education, she was a very strong athlete in 400 meters event, where she met her only husband, Dr. Alhaji Abubakar Malang Touré, in 1969. Dr. Alhaji Abubakar Malang Touré hailed from Kartong village in the West Coast region of the Gambia, and at this time he was a 6th form student and head boy of Gambia High School, and also a national records holder in the 400 meters boys. Upon graduation from Crab Island Secondary Technical School, Aissatou worked as an unqualified teacher and later went to Yundum College to become a qualified teacher, teaching home economics and English. She contributed immensely at the Rural Development Institute, RDI, where she worked as a community development trainer on women and development. She also served as monitoring and evaluation field operations under the World Bank-funded Women in Development project at the Women's Bureau. Determined to make a difference and break the taboo on women's education, Dr. Aissatou continued to pursue her career development to the highest level. She later traveled with her husband to Nigeria, where, apart from being a housewife, furthered her academic pursuits.
I ended up being a teacher. Going to the College of Education whilst I await my JAM results. By the time they were out, my husband had gotten a very good job up north, so I had to join him, and then left. But then I went there and I went to university.
Dr. Aissatou Touré obtained her GCE levels and entered the College of Education, Ikere Ekiti, in Ondo State, before proceeding to Usmanu Danfodio University in Sokoto, Nigeria.
I had a checkered journey. The opportunities that I could not fulfill in the Gambia, when I got married, that was open to me, and I decided to make use of that. Given the ability that I felt I could do it, and I had the background, I decided to pursue it. I went to Nigeria. I decided to do my O and A levels. I went to the College of Education, Ikere Ekiti. I moved from there. I took the JAMB. I was to go to Ife, but then my husband went to Sokoto. I decided to go to the University of Sokoto. I read education and English, and I had an upper class degree combined. I went to The Hague, where I pursued a master's degree on development studies, specializing in women and development. And finally, I also went to the United Kingdom in the Institute of Development Studies, where I pursued PhD in development studies with focus on gender, and I got my degree.
Dr. Aissatou Touré is a laureate of the Center for Women's Global Leadership Institute in Rutgers University in New Jersey and the Bellagio Institute in Italy. Upon her return to the Gambia, Dr. Toure worked at the Management Development Institute, MDI, as Deputy Director General, at the same time doubled as the coordinator of the Gender and Development Program. She established the Gender Unit at the MDI, where many Gambians and non-Gambians are studying gender and related subjects. As a pioneer and co-founder of the Gambia Committee on Traditional Practices Affecting the Health of Women and Children, GAMCOTRAP, she served on the board of directors of the Inter-Africa Committee. She later became the executive director of GAMCOTRAP. Apart from her tenure as executive director, Dr. Aissatou Toure represents the Gambia at many international forums where global issues as well as those akin to the Gambia are being discussed. This made her become an icon for the international community and became a member of many feminist networks and therefore tasked with series of portfolios and responsibilities not only in the Gambia but in some West African countries in the West African sub-region. She currently coordinates the 1 Billion Rise in Revolution campaign to end all forms of violence in some West African countries. In the Gambia, Dr. Aissatou contributed in advancing gender issues and development as a whole, particularly the rights of women and children. She led the campaign to eliminate female genital mutilation for almost 3 decades, engaging various sectors of society, including the National Assembly members. 5 dropping of the knife celebrations were carried out across the country from 2007 to 2015 with a steady interval of 2 years. Barely 2 days before the 5th dropping of the knife celebration, the government of the Gambia declared FGM a criminal act and punishable under the laws of the land.
I saw it as a political strategy because for 21 years we've been engaging, and many groups have been engaging. Even the young generation of young feminists, young groups of youth activists, those who were born when the debate started, have grown up, gone through university to take responsibility. Actually, we have a generation of succession, boys and girls in the Gambia who engaged and saw that there was need to change, for that change to happen. So for me, that credit belongs to the people, to the chiefs, to the alkalolus, to the women leaders, to the circumcisers we call Gansimbas, and to the population, who despite all this silence, years of silence, with all the evidence available, with all the technical engagements, the UN was bringing in money to let us do the advocacy work. Other institutions were giving in the report for us to get the evidence. And nobody can tell me that a leader who is supposed to protect, who is the primary duty bearer of protecting its population, is silencing, is keeping quiet, being complacent to a point when it is time for election to say that we have banned everything.
More than 75% of Gambia's population are illiterate or semi-literate and low-skilled. A staunch women's rights activist, Dr. Toure further endeavored to debunk the taboo surrounding women's leadership.
Yes, everybody has realized that women can do it, that women can be leaders. Because what we are seeing now in the Gambia, the failure of the state, is not a woman that is there who is heading it. With all the institutions that are failing, maybe if a woman was there, it will not fail. Because there are various considerations that women do when they do governance. Consultation, engagement, listening to the people, bringing everybody on board, helping to create dialogue, facilitate expressions, facilitate different perspectives in order for us to forget to reach. But then when you are there, you want to use power, you will not succeed. And that is what is happening in the Gambia now.
Dr. Toure led a series of community sensitization programs conducted in various communities across the country, including Birkama in the West Coast region, Kanifing and Banjul municipalities, the upper and central river regions. At the end of it all, Dr. Aissatou Touré urged qualified Gambian women to contest for leadership positions, especially for the National Assembly, as well as the seat of president. To give courage to other Gambian women, the astute and courageous Dr. Aissatou Touré translated the need for effective participation of women in leadership, came forward to publicly declare her intention to vie for presidency.
So for me, it is absolutely given that I am going to restore the Gambia's international image. Being in partnership, working together, cooperating, at the same time also engaging. Commonwealth, we are going back to the Commonwealth. We are going to improve. The Gambia cannot afford to be isolated. Gambia is part of the community of nations. And it is important that we are part of the international community where our sovereignty is respected and recognized, and where we bring in our comparative advantage whilst we benefit from the goods and services that the international cooperation or community is going to provide in a mutually supportive way, where the technical expertise that is needed, if it is not available or if it is available, will partner together. Like you have the 17 points that were introduced to the Gambia under the ACP document. It is something that Gambia is party to, and it is in the best interest of the Gambia. Why not? And if you are, you have to engage, and through that engagement, then you will negotiate. You will make a comparative analysis and see how best you can get support. We need aid. We need aid. But the Gambia does not even qualify for getting loans now, because we have reduced ourselves to a point where we are beggars. How are we going to improve that? Here we have to work with partners who have comparative advantage to support the process, give us the necessary support that we have, putting together, looking at our context, respecting the situation, and make it move. I have plans, and I don't want to say too much, but I hope that when I come up with my government, I'm going to bring the right technocrats who will be able to make the right decisions, the right choices, within consultation with the people, to put something sustainable, something beneficial, something that we can maintain and make sure that services reach the people. It is obvious that things have to change. The way things are going now is not in the best interest of the Gambia.
Save the Gambia. Vote for Dr. Aissatou Touré for the December 2016 presidential elections.
Dunia musalum mani mai musalbe kungodo dolbe na godo musolve faroto dolbe lonyinura musolve timbayala and dolbe ndawali bondo